Just make sure you've got plenty of plain paper or lined paper, and we'll work our way through, and I'll tell you when it will be needed. Now, what I will be asking you to do throughout this session is a series of different tasks. They'll be very, very short, 30 seconds to a minute or so. It will be paired work and group work, so if you haven't organised that already, make sure you've just working with the person next to you or get it organised as quick as possible. Now, in terms of the subjects that we're going to be studying tonight, hopefully you've already been told, but I'll just very quickly run through them. So as you can see on the screen, you have individual differences, which is a very large topic in itself. You've got diet, organisations, which is new to the syllabus this year, media and sponsorship, and I'll also be looking at a little bit of sport in the media in that section, and then the big three of components of fitness, training methods, principles of training, and then just towards the end of the session we'll be looking at some scenario links. I'll especially be looking at a technique to answer the 8-mark questions, and I'll also give you some hints and tips as to what could be coming up if you haven't already looked at that. Okay, let's get ourselves started then. Individual differences. Essentially, within this question, you're going to be asked about two different aspects. It's either going to be participation or performance. To be honest, this happens quite a lot throughout the whole course, so the questions focus on how certain aspects affect participation and performance, and you're looking at essentially two different things. Okay, how will participation be affected by people's individual differences? It's either going to increase, so more people are going to start taking part, or it's going to decrease, less people are going to be taking part. And essentially the same in terms of performance. So you need to relate any question or any information that you talk about to these key things. So performance is either going to improve and get better, or you are essentially going to get worse. Easy way to remember the majority of the topics within individual differences is with this acronym. I apologise for the slight bit of language there, but I use this for my group. It's aged crap. Now, what I want you to do for 30 seconds is, can you work out what each of those in that acronym mean? When you're ready, off you go. Okay, 5 seconds left. And stop there. Okay, we'll start with the first one. Hopefully that one is very obvious as it's spelt out in the acronym as well. And the first one is age. Second one, gender. Third, environment. Fourth one, disability. Those, for me personally, are the big four that you are likely to be asked about. So you really need to know these in a lot of detail. You still need to know the rest in a lot of detail, but these four specifically are really big topics within this section. And now we're looking at the next four. Culture. You must be careful not to confuse this or link it too much in with the next one, which is going to be religion. Going on to the next one, and it's quite often forgotten at times, this one, but the ability of the performer. And then last one, physique, or some of you will have this down as somatotype. Now what we're going to do on your activity packs, you should have a sheet that has got these in the top corners, so 4 of these per page. You can just see it on your screen now. For 30 seconds, I want you for age to come up with 2 things that will increase with age and 2 things that will decrease with age. When you're ready, go. Okay, 5 seconds. Okay, I'll start with the things that decrease with age then. And you should have something along the lines of essentially any of the components of fitness. So I've got up there flexibility, your O2 capacity and your strength will decrease with age. And then if we move on to things that increase with age, there are two things essentially, and they are experience and skill of the performer. So things such as these will always get better with age. Your skill level improves, your experience of game scenarios and different aspects of what's going on within your sport also improves. Now, very quickly, 15 seconds, just discuss how any of those things can affect your participation and your performance, the key aspects that we said earlier. Okay, as you can see, the two that I've picked out specifically are as you get older, your sporting choice changes. You cannot play certain sports when you get to a certain age. I'm not saying you have to stop completely, but you cannot play a certain sport such as rugby when you are 65, 70. Essentially, you will get broken. So your participation in certain sports changes due to your age. Then, in terms of the quality of your performance, this also changes. This could be argued because your skill level gets better and your experience gets better. Sometimes the quality of your performance does improve, but quite often because of the components of fitness that decrease, right, you can't perform for as long, or you can't perform at a higher quality as well as you'd like to, due to those components of fitness decreasing as you get older. Okay, I'm going to move on to gender. Again, same task. I'm going to give you 30 seconds. Can you give me two, again, physiological differences between men and women? So 2 for men, 2 for women, please. 30 seconds. Go.